I'm sure many of you have heard about Alison Bornstein's popular 3-word method, which is brilliant for defining your personal style. It's loved by many, including myself. Basically, what you want to do is find 3 main descriptors or keywords to connect to your personal style. For example, my words could be soft, minimal, and cool. So why is this even important? While your style doesn't stay static your entire life, because what you wear essentially will be a product of your lifestyle and who you are. And as human beings, we are ever evolving. Committing to a set of style adjectives or style words is a great way to commit to your own sense of style, trust yourself, and learn to not only shop more intentionally, but also put together outfits from your existing wardrobe in a way that feels representative to you. But what if you struggle to find these words? What if you find it tricky to even distinguish an item from being classic or casual, for example? How do you know which details to look for? That's what I'll dive into in today's video, so hopefully you can get one step closer to analyzing and defining your personal style. So we'll start with what I like to refer to as the soft style personalities. So we have casual, romantic, and creative. Now, all the style personalities I'm going to go through are, of course, just examples, and they will, of course, come in many different variations. It's also important to note that they can either be dominating your wardrobe or they can be just a small part of it. It's very common to be a hybrid between several different style personas, but either way, knowing which of these feel like a true representation of you is one of the best ways to create a long-lasting wardrobe that looks beyond the physical, which will likely make you hold on to your clothes for longer. So pick your top keywords and use them wisely, both when you're curating your wardrobe, but also when you're curating your daily outfits. So this is by far the type of person I meet mostly when I work with clients, and I think this kind of comes down to the fact that most people simply want to be comfortable in what they wear. So besides setting comfort high on the list, a casual style personality will typically opt for soft and stretchy materials, little to no details on the clothing. It might even have this stereotypical basic appearance to it, as we see with white t-shirts, casual jeans, and simple sneakers. Some casuals might even have a slightly more sporty or functional way of dressing, and you might also tend to go for slouchy or oversized fits, even if you have a bit of a classic style persona hidden within you too. So your most important adjectives or keywords could be undone, effortless, athletic, natural, authentic, and relaxed. Romantic is a very small part of my own wardrobe. My dominant style personality is definitely more casual, but I do like to mix in a bit of romance, especially for special occasions. So for me, that could be shown in a simple slip top with a very subtle lace trim. And I would always style such pieces with the more casual ones from my wardrobe to ensure that I don't feel too far removed from my casual core. So that's how I would integrate this word. A romantic style persona likes delicate and flowy materials like chiffons, silk. You might also find yourself being drawn to softer shapes like puff sleeves, drapes, ruffles, and slightly more curve-hugging fits. You might also like details like pearls, pleats, lace, dainty prints like flowers. Your most important adjectives could be soft, glamorous, elegant, or maybe even sultry. Some people refer to the creative style personality as bohemian, but I think this can be a little bit confusing to a certain extent, because what does bohemian even mean? So if your style persona is creative, you are more drawn to a playful and quirky way of dressing, and you care to make your looks unique and personal rather than super matchy-matchy in a predictable way, if you will. So you might also wear brands that are considered indie or not widely known by the masses. Some creatives are very drawn to the 70s style, and if that's you, you might find yourself reaching for items with tassels, several cut lines or layers, crochet maybe, multicolored or graphic kind of artsy prints. So your most important keywords could be whimsical, bold, eclectic, bright, free-spirited, 70s, warm, inspirational, and natural. Now let's move on to the slightly more hard style personality, which is edgy, elevated, and classic. Edgy is one of my top 3 style words, and I think it stems from my taste in music and perhaps being able to show a little bit more of a rebellious side of myself that I tend to hide away otherwise. So an edgy style persona is drawn to more rugged items like washed down materials, heavy denim, perhaps with a raw hem or busted knee, leather, zippers, studs, and buckles. So I'd say the overall vibe of this style persona is very rock and roll. Some might refer to it as biker chic. You love items like ankle boots, biker jackets, leather trousers or skirts, old school like washed down band t-shirts, and animal print like leopard or zebra. So your most important adjectives are rebellious, cool, free-spirited, undone, relaxed, androgynous, and I guess creative to a certain extent too. Let's move on to the classic style persona, which is among my top style keywords, but more as a secondary part to polish off my outfits. So again, my 3 words are soft, minimal, and cool. Minimal being the adjective referring to the more classic and streamlined staples that I have in my wardrobe. So the inspiration here very much comes from classic menswear, and this way of dressing is often connected to professional work environments. I guess you could refer to it as office chic or corporate style. So here we'll see items like clean cut blazers, classic shirts, tailored trousers, pencil skirts, trench coats, classic coats in general, loafers and Oxford shoes. So the overall style is very streamlined and very minimal. Some might even refer to it as conservative. So your most important adjectives are sharp, polished, elegant, minimal, reliable, sophisticated, luxurious, professional, and androgynous. The final style personality is what I like to refer to as elevated. It can be confused with a classic because you kind of tend to like the same clean cut and minimal kind of items. The difference here lies within the name of this style persona, which is elevated. So you like the minimal aesthetic, but you also like to put your own spin on things to, well, elevate them. So for example, instead of going for the classic blazer, you'll go for one that has maybe a cutout at the back or at the elbows. You also like items such as a simple jersey sweatshirt with, contrasting sleeves and mesh or leather maybe. So cutout details, contrasting fabrics, pipelines, or anything that appears simple with a small twist like that will likely be what you feel drawn to. Your most important adjectives are simple, cool, sleek, modern, minimal, sophisticated, and understated. Again, remember that these are all just examples, and so some ideas on how you could find your style descriptors or keywords to help you shop more intentionally and build more balanced outfits, no matter what that looks like to you. But remember guys, at the end of the day, there are no objective truths about clothing. It's all in the eyes of the beholder. No right or wrong. So even if you come up with your own method, or if you can only find 1 word and not 3, then that's totally fine. Also, I'd like to say that having opposite words across soft and hard ones is actually not a bad thing. For example, if I'm a soft, minimal, and cool, all those 3 are actually quite contrasting to each other. And it kind of allows me to show all facets of myself while also being able to manipulate my looks more depending on the occasion and my mood. If I'm going to a fancy event, I might add more items in the minimal or classic spectrum, whereas if I'm just going about my day-to-day, I'll make sure to add more of the soft or casual pieces. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do make sure to give it a like if you did. Do make sure to subscribe to my channel for more slow fashion and intentional style content. I would love to have you here. Do let me know what your style words are, what your style personality is. Let me know if you've come up with your completely own system. I would love to know that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I hope to see you all very soon with another video. Bye guys.